Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. This is Nash, and similar to the last one, if you've watched it, if you haven't, go and watch it. We'll be asking him some questions basically about how he ended up doing data science and AI. So
Sounds good.
hello.
Yeah, how are you doing?
That's it. Oh, we've just met. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what have you ever had like any computing like sort of background before doing this degree?
Not really. In high school, I dropped computers before GCSE.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't fancy it at all.
I used to find it an excuse to just like mess around because
Oh,
they were like
genuinely.
use Scratch is what we used to do.
Scratch?
Yeah, it's like this like modular thing where you just sort of move around instructions.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I just
yeah.
found it really boring, and I was just like, I'm just gonna mess around with the girls. So I didn't. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah. So I wasn't. I like computers and tech, but I didn't like the subject. Computer IT it was in GCSE. But then when I decided I was gonna do this degree, I did do some prep work with a bit of coding, like on Data Camp, not sponsored, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so you're interested like in technology stuff,
Yeah.
but
So
not coding,
I
so to say.
I just had a mental block where I would see people code on video and it looked really hard. So I
Yeah.
never thought that I could do it. So that was the problem. I never really tried getting into it
Oh, really?
until, like I said, just before this. But in terms of tech, like, yeah, I watch all the tech YouTubers
Yeah,
and that
'cause
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was like 12 to like 14, I can
Yeah.
imagine I like bored my parents to death.
Yeah.
Because I used to love watching like MKBHD,
Yeah,
Unbox Therapy, and I'd like tell them about the specs about like the new Qualcomm Snapdragon.
Yeah.
Whatever 801 processor it was that came out in 2014, and they'd be like, "We don't care," sort of thing. But I don't know why I
They're
like
just nod
never
along.
tried coding or anything.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want to know about specs.
Exactly,
of,
man.
like,
The end
stuff.
product.
Yeah, exactly, and just like the really satisfying MKBHD videos.
Yeah.
And then I remember at the time I was like, oh, I want to do it like MKBHD.
Yeah.
And I remember there's a really shit YouTube video. It's not even on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of me like reviewing my iPod Touch.
Oh,
But
really?
the issue I had
Yeah.
was I was always trying to review the thing, which was like my best recording device.
Oh, so
It's like why like previously in earlier videos in here I couldn't like show my phone.
oh, because you're
my phone
recording
was
off of
doing
your
it.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was trying to be like, hi guys, it's my iPod Touch. Here it is, like screen recording. It was just
Yeah.
dreadful.
So guys, trust me, it's good.
Yeah. And then I was like, I just don't have anything to like. I don't have any products. I'm about 12. Like, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
can't really do this.
No, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, okay. So, did any of like, yeah? So were you like, I know obviously you can watch like all the tech stuff, but did you was that exclusively like? Because I found most of my stuff was smartphone related. I'm not sure why. Did you
Yeah.
ever look into like car tech stuff, smartphones, laptops? I don't really know what else there is. That sounds bad.
Yeah. no.
Um,
So for me, it was pretty much everything except cars and like PCs, like proper gaming PCs.
Yeah.
I was never into that where they
No.
do the whole build and that kind of thing. So it was smartphones, earbuds or
Yeah.
AirPods. What's the other? Tablets a lot.
yeah. Oh,
Laptops,
I
yeah,
still
that
try
kind
and
of thing.
convince myself like every few months that I need
Yeah.
an iPad.
Oh, really?
And then I
You're
realise
just
I
looking for
can't-
any excuse.
Literally, you'll find me like window shopping on the
Yeah.
Amazon website like every 2 months, being like, I just need one. I just need
And
one.
then the refurbished section now, and you're like, hey,
Yeah,
it's a bit of a deal. It's a bit of a deal.
Yeah, I'm always like so tempted. But yeah, you say like I didn't like the PC. It sounds really bad,
Yeah.
but like the PC builder world because it seems
Exactly,
so,
yeah.
like exclusive.
Yeah.
And I was never like in school like an IT nerd. And so,
Okay, I
like,
get
I
you,
was
yeah.
always doing like sport and music and other things.
Yeah.
I didn't really have friends who did those sort of things.
Okay, yeah.
And
So,
so
it was hard to.
it wasn't really like a group which I sort of went with. Not saying it's like a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just what ended up happening.
I think you really need to be super into gaming for that, don't you?
Yeah, I think also if you find like a group, so to say, though I still think it would be really cool to build like a computer
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't really feel like I have the time. Or like, I don't know, like I want to do it because it's kind of a thing where you can be like, I built a computer.
Yeah.
But
It is just a bucket list kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not the most exciting bucket list, but
Yeah. Maybe
yeah.
I'll build software otherwise.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be the one. Yeah. So what did you do as your like undergrad then, and was there any tech-based things in that?
Okay, so right before my undergrad, after I graduated high school, I had three. I was deciding between three things. So there was sports science, there was business management or business studies, and back then it was still called big data. That was the
Yeah.
So big data was just like starting to become mainstream, and I really considered it, but I didn't take that.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing sports science instead.
Nice.
And there were some techie things. We had a bio. Oh man, see, I'm forgetting my own modules.
Yeah.
Biomechanics and technology was the
Yeah.
name of the module. So we had to do that every year.
Yeah.
So it was mostly camera stuff, tracking stuff. Not really similar to what we do now.
So just like using technology which has been like built.
Basically,
So
yes.
yeah, sort of like
Nothing
in,
software related or anything.
yeah, sort of like how I know in like the environmental science world they use a lot of GIS, which is this program which basically maps things.
Okay, yeah.
But then like the step beyond that is like building tools for the program. I think.
Yeah.
Sort of similar to that, where like you're interacting with stuff,
Yeah.
not building.
Okay, yeah. It was a similar kind of vibe as well.
So after like not really doing any coding or anything for like your undergrad, did you do like anything in between, or what made you like think I want to do a data science?
What made me decide to switch?
What was the,
So one of the reasons is I wanted to start my own company, but or like my own thing basically.
Yeah.
But with the skills I had, it wasn't scalable at all.
Yeah.
Especially like in the country back home, sports science wasn't that big a thing, so it's not like I could hire a bunch of people and get something going. So it was literally just me, so it wasn't scalable.
Yeah.
So like my earning potential was capped, and also it's I don't know how you describe it, like a luxury position, like to have a sports scientist. So it's not very crucial, like even within the sporting industry. So the end result is that the job opportunities were a bit limited.
Yeah.
And also I was just now really wishing I had gone into tech earlier because I've been getting more and more into tech as we've gone on.
Yeah.
So I was just looking for a way to pivot back into the tech, well not back, but into the tech industry so that I could get involved, because I also started watching a bunch of YouTubers, from like pure computer scientists to like data engineers, software guys, all of that. So then it just sounded like something I'd be into.
Yeah. Have you seen I probably should prep this guy's name. We'll like cut this bit out. Rip. This is the issue with having a slow phone and a slow laptop.
Is he a software guy?
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen Luke Barousse?
Luke Barousse? No, I haven't. No.
He's quite good. He's basically a data scientist.
Yeah.
And he talks about sort of data science things. He hasn't got crazy amount of subscribers, but he's got good stuff on there. He talks about Python and R.
Okay.
And just general data science stuff, as well as like data science certificates. Like he compares them and sees sort of which.
Okay.
He does really good videos, basically.
Oh, maybe you can send that to me after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also does some like attempted funny videos. Which they're quite funny, like comparing like R people to Python people.
Okay.
Where like an R guy is like with a lab coat in. Like, and the Python dude's like wearing a beanie.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
So R are the hipsters of.
Pretty much. Like
of the tech world. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so I'm trying to like pictures. So it was literally just from watching like YouTube effectively.
And also I was kind of bored of the sports science scene or what I was doing at that time. Because there is, like I was saying, it's nice to do what you love for a living, but you've also made what you love into a job.
Yeah, and then almost because it's like based off monetary.
Yeah, basically. So now it's just where before you could just like watch for enjoyment. Now you have all these other factors. And also, like I said, I had to start my own thing because it was not very a popular field. But I also realized at that time in my life, the entrepreneur life wasn't for me. Okay, so I was like, okay, I'd rather get something where I'm employed for now. Yeah. And then maybe in the future, after I improve my skill set, I can get into that. So then tech was the field that I'd always liked, tech and business. So I was like, okay, I'll try data science in particular, because
Yeah.
data science is also used a lot in sports and football in particular, which is
Right.
a field that I'd like to get into
Yeah.
one day. So I was like, yeah, data science perfect for
Yeah.
that.
When you were like looking at potentially starting your own business thing, did you ever look into web programming?
No, not at all. It was gonna be because I just graduated, so I
Yeah.
wanted to at least try use that degree.
Yeah.
So it wasn't web programming.
Well, just mean because so I mention this like all the time.
Yeah.
Basically, it seems like almost like the vast majority of entrepreneurs seem to have started off in web programming.
Yeah,
Which is
I have
quite funny.
noticed. Yeah.
So like the Gymshark guy.
Oh, was
I
he
don't
in
know if you saw Alex?
Oh, he was
Alex
making
interview.
like websites, wasn't
Yeah.
he for
He was well. He was like originally he just wanted to make a website which could like make money somehow. Like
Yeah.
He had like a specific criterion. I can't remember it.
Yeah.
The same. I want to say the same with no, actually not the same. But like a lot of people, started off with that. Just wonder whether you maybe looked into it.
No, I wasn't into programming at all at that point, so it didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
Because when you're not in it, it just seems like this, like almost like magic, like coding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't even consider it.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Like when you start doing it to realize that it isn't really magic. Like
Yeah,
obviously it's
exactly.
hard,
Yeah.
but it's not like one of those things. Yeah. Well, speaking of hard, then how are you finding it so far? Like.
Yeah, it is fairly challenging considering that my background wasn't in this field, but I guess it's a conversion. But yeah, it's quite challenging, but not impossible. It's like a good type of challenging where if you just put the hours in, that you'll get a good grade.
Well, you said that you knew SQL before.
Yeah, I do know. I did.
Okay.
So SQL, I had a gap year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So SQL was the first thing I learned. Then right before coming, I was now getting into Python. So I'll probably need a refresher on SQL, but I think I know a decent amount. What we're doing in databases.
Yeah. Did you like? I don't know. I'm in a SQL course or anything.
Yeah.
But when you do that, do you learn about the entity relation stuff?
Yes, you do.
As well? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
on data camp. Yeah, they teach you that. So it's like a literal full course. So you can choose to do SQL as a data analyst or SQL as a data scientist or just do specific modules. They kind of are like.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of content, but you learn those entity relationships and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I'm finding that bit like.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of descriptions that you need to learn, and I'm sure it'll make more sense because whenever I find that I try and make models, that it makes a lot more sense than just
it will
watching it.
Because even like I said, I did SQL, but looking at the theory of it, I keep thinking to myself, if I hadn't done this already, like in a practical sense, I wouldn't know what this meant. It would just be words on a paper, and I'm trying to figure out what's the form. Yeah. But because once you do it, I don't know why it might be easier for them to do it the other way, but I don't know. Yeah. Once you do it, you'll be like, oh, that's what you meant by like relationships and the key and all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you're on the year in industry one.
The one?
Year in industry.
Yeah, year in industry.
What do you? Have you got any idea what you want to sort of go at in the year in industry?
I'm gonna apply to a lot. a lot.
Are you gonna aim to just sort of anything you can find sort of within a type of field, or are you gonna try and go for? Like said you look like football statistics, whether you'd head towards that direction instantly or just try find.
I think for now I'll be realistic about it. So at the top, it's like a pyramid.
Yeah.
So at the top will be like, okay, data scientists in like Stats Bomb or like Who Scored or whatever.
Yeah.
Then below that, it's like, okay, tech or bioinformatics or something like that. But at the bottom of the pyramid, holding everything up is anything. So the first criteria is anything, then it goes up and up and up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I'm approaching it.
Yeah, well, because I was realizing the other day, I don't really know what to apply for currently because I just don't know what anything is.
Exactly, yeah.
And so I've currently got like this big Notion sheet, just like because I found like 3 articles which said all the like data sciencey related roles in business.
Okay, yeah.
And so I'm trying to work my way through them to like tick off what they are.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling I'll be doing more like data science related than AI stuff.
Yeah, true.
Simply because I feel like there's just a lot with the AI, which I don't know what it is, but so I did like my undergrad in biology.
Yeah.
I did a lot of statistical testing in R.
Okay.
So I'm like proficient in R
Nice,
in some places.
Nice. Yeah.
And so I feel like it's a help for me. But
Yeah. Are you going to be going more into the business end of things, like business, or what domain?
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I keep telling people this, like, it's all just so sick.
Yeah.
That I want to do all of it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't want to be restricted to something which I don't want to do. So I tend to Alex, like, I just don't want to have to do something which I don't want to do because I need the paycheck. I'd rather, I want to try and get in a position where I can do, like, if say a cool project came up, I could learn about it in, like, I don't know, a few months.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Implement it or something. So I'm a bit unsure, really. But as you say, that's, like, ideally a few years down the line, because at this point in time, we just need kind of, like, a job.
we need some experience under the belt. Since we're doing a conversion. Yeah,
and as well, you can't, like, say, like, with starting startups, etc. I feel like, say lots of people, like, come out of uni and they're like, oh, I want to start a startup. But you know nothing of the field, or well, most likely you don't. And so it seems that the most successful are where people have gone away into industry, discovered this niche issue, and then come back with it.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
But with regards to, like, everything being so cool, I even feel that when selecting modules, like on every module selection, like this semester we had 2. I wanted to do both.
Yeah.
And even next semester, all of them sound good as well. So it's gonna be tough to narrow it down. Yeah,
no, they do all sound sick. I think the issue I also is I don't understand what half the terminology are.
Oh, is it?
I'm literally, like, researching every other word in the module description, being like, wait, what actually is this module? How is it different? But yeah, as you say, like, they just all look so sick.
Yeah.
So, so did you want to do, like, web programming this semester as well then, potentially?
I did. I'd originally registered for that. Then they sent around the email saying you had to have done something in undergrad to do that one. So I switched to databases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about, so just a bit of context.
Yeah.
We had a placement lecture the other day where we had a panel of people who were all on their year in industry currently, on their placement year. And all of them had done computer science beforehand, and none of them were on conversion courses. And so I might email the lady actually and be like, hi, have you got anyone on a conversion course?
Yeah.
How, like, hopefully you... And are you thinking of doing any sort of, like, outside projects by yourself in order to try and build that? Because a lot of what people said was they had projects which they'd done previously sort of outside of uni, which had given them more credibility. And obviously we didn't have that because we've just come into it. Are you 100%. Like, thinking about making some sort of project or 100%. Anything?
I feel like, personally, if I don't have any projects, and we have to apply before we've actually graduated.
Yeah.
So if I have, like, nothing to show except one semester's worth, I don't fancy my chances. So no. I'm literally planning over December to do, like, because on YouTube there's a bunch.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do, like, a few follow along ones, and then try to do at least maybe, I don't know the exact number, but a decent number by myself.
Yeah.
And put it, like, on GitHub or whatever.
Yeah.
And put it up there. And also to actually put my data camp thingy, because they send you qualifications, to actually put those on LinkedIn, because I was just like, I'm not going to put it up. So I'm going to do all of that, especially, the project. I feel like with projects, I would be quite hopeful and... surely someone.
Surely someone. Yeah. I've currently got, like, one project. I basically made like a Notion page. I haven't started yet.
Yeah.
I made a Notion page being like, right, this will be my personal project.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I just need one.
Okay.
And so what I think I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make... Have you heard of Rome Research? You probably...
No, okay. Rome Research. No.
Ali Abdal loves Rome Research.
Oh, does he?
Basically, it's a notes app, effectively. I think it's a type of app called a Markdown editor, which I think is quite common for, like, internet-based notes apps, effectively. So, like, I think even VS Code is a Markdown editor.
Okay.
I think Bear, the one just there, you'll see, like, the red icon. I think I think there's quite a few that are. Yeah. And I found a couple of YouTube tutorials which sort of, in particular, this guy called Dev is Life. He has, like, different names for his, like, all different accounts, which is really confusing. But he's Rip.
Okay. That's where you show it's still going.
Yeah. But he's developed, and he shows you how to make one using Electron and React, etc. So as you say, like follow along with a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to try and so that the difference is your normal, Notes app works hierarchically.
Okay.
So like you think of Notion, or like I don't know, Notes or something, and you'll have like your main page, and then you'll have like a subsection of that page. Mm-hmm. And then which will open a new page, and then you'll go to subsections again, and it's all just sort of spreading out like that.
Yeah.
And you've got to plan in advance almost where things go.
Basically, yeah.
Well, Rome Research works off this whole network instead, where basically I think you effectively write whatever you want on it, and I think it'll pick out words, or maybe it works with hashtags similar to Bear. I'm not sure. It'll basically look at what you've written and pick out words to try and connect it to previous things which you've written. Yeah. I think with an algorithm maybe.
Okay.
And then from that it will form its own database to like keep them together in almost like a network. And it sounds kind of complicated, but it sounds kind of cool. But that's my thoughts of what I'm going to try.
Yeah, no, that sounds, and if you can pull that off, it sounds like a really like complex project that would like.
Yeah, my thought is it's got like databases and algorithms involved in it somehow. But yeah, that's my thought for going. But yeah, it's probably going to be quite complicated. I'm going to try and fit in like 2 hours a week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
What, over the Christmas break?
Just like now. Like, because I don't know, I feel like maybe it'll improve my general coding knowledge as well.
Probably, yeah.
Though what I'm discovering is to get general code knowledge by doing the slime mod stuff. So we're doing a group project on like slime mod algorithms. I'm learning so much, which I feel like will be related to bio-inspired optimization next semester. I don't know if you're doing that module.
Yeah, I picked that one, but the projects may could be reconsidered.
Yeah. No, definitely. I didn't realize I don't know why, but I was like picturing it as like little baby ferrets equivalent for like computational baby ferrets like crawling out,
going out to get some food.
Here's the world sort of thing. Like but now I might know it might just be exploitation and exploration, swarm intelligence algorithms maybe. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm potentially thinking of going for.
No, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's a thing to like think about. Good words there. When you are like picking courses and stuff, because it's a bit weird. So originally I thought the whole year in industry thing was a great idea, but I think you need to realise that you obviously need projects in order to get the people, and Liverpool have got great resources for getting you placements, etc. So maybe if anyone out there is considering something similar to this degree, I think do some background research and learning, because like most of us have done some sort of coding of some kind. Like we've all done the odd like Python course or something to understand like the basics, and then if you sort of start building up projects, I think you'll be in a better place, because a lot of us are finding like with program fundamentals, we knew like the first bits
basically,
because we did like a free tutorial on Udemy or something, and now it's got to the vaguely hard bits. I don't know, there might not be, but we're all kind of like, I'm at my depth.
No, I feel you. Just quickly, I will have to rush off at like 25 past, if that's possible, like 7 minutes.
No, of course.
All right.
Yeah, cool. I thought you were like leaning to the microphone. Like, no. I was like, what secrets is he telling? Like spelling onto people. Nah, of course, that's fine. Okay, to the like vague last one. So you said you want to do something to do with like football, data science. What in that? I don't know anything about football.
Yeah. Until I started working in football, I didn't know that there was such a big data science and data analytics community. Okay. So like on Twitter, literally, if you follow one football data science person, you know how it works. And you're like, there's like 10,000 people doing this thing. So there's all kinds of things like. You know how there's always like a new stat. Do you watch football much?
I do.
Yeah, so you know how it was expected goals, now there's like expected threat and all that kind of thing. Yeah. So then you can use stats like that to basically like for player recruitment, or to just identify team strengths and weaknesses, that kind of thing, that kind of thing. I'll have to look into it more, but that's just one example of what you can do.
I don't really know that was Yeah, I mean, I suppose data is like everywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
You don't realize. I didn't realize until doing this degree, thinking about it really, that like how even things like the Instagram algorithm, like you always hear about them, but you don't really vaguely understand what they are.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I understand them weirdly.
Like,
and I see everything, and I'm like, there's AI in that.
Basically, yeah.
It's just a bit weird. Yeah. So. Wait, where were you working in football then? If you don't want me asking, like, I wanted to, yeah, what you did?
I can tell you off camera.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else really? Like.
Anything else?
Because I suppose I don't really know, but with the football stuff, surely there's only so much you can do with it.
In terms of you'd have to be the other thing with I wouldn't say that's the dream job, because football it's such a volatile market.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're working at a club and then, I don't know, new owners or new manager who's just like so I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
I would like to work actually as a data scientist at like Microsoft.
That's I was gonna ask that one.
Yeah,
like,
that's the dream. Yeah, that's the dream right there. Yeah, but with football, there's limited roles you could do. But you could start up your own thing. There's a few people who've done that now, and they're actually doing, because it's quite a young field in terms of properly applying data. Yeah. So there's a few people who've done that quite successfully. So.
Yeah. How come? Why Microsoft? Why that one? Or is it just picking like one of those companies?
No. It's like you said with how you just love Apple products.
Oh yeah.
I just love like the new Microsoft ever since they switched to like Surface.
Oh.
So I had like the Surface headphones, Surface Pro, the Go-To. Not the Duo.
I so almost got a Surface Pro 3 instead of this.
Oh, man.
Because they were so nice.
So good.
But then I was looking and there were like a few downsides, and I was like, I don't know if it's worth it.
They are really expensive for what they actually give you.
Yeah, and like I'm glad I got this because it's lasted so long. But mate, I do look at them, I'm like,
they're so good. Yeah. And the Surface Pro X, I was gonna get it, but it's like ARM based, not
but hopefully now, because like obviously Apple's gone all ARM based.
Yeah.
It will sort of lead everything else to go.
Hopefully, because they have a lot of weight. But the new ones came out, they look pretty good as well.
What, the new?
Surface Pro 8, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Because because the 8, like the Surface Pro like 7, 8, etc. isn't ARM based, is it?
No, it's not.
It's just the X.
Yeah, it was just the X which was.
Yeah.
So the new ones they aren't ARM based, and then they have the X design. Yeah. Where it's like the thin bezels and stuff. So yeah. So good, man.
So sexy. Just tech is just so sexy.
I love it, man.
Okay, anyway, right, I'll let you go. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next one. Bye.
See ya.